Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here. In keeping with the tradition that our illustrious past president started last year, I'm in an undisclosed location and trying to keep everyone safe. And no, I'm not at the beach. First of all, I want to thank Vanessa and Maggie for the outstanding work they have done during the most unusual circumstances we've been through over the last 10 months. They have forged ahead with many different projects and have really made a difference in keeping the ISS and its president sorted out and going in a positive direction. We're very fortunate to have both of them. Thank you both very much for everything you've done, and it's really wonderful to work with you. Thank you. I also want to recognize all the yacht crew throughout yachting for the outstanding job they've been doing keeping yachts safe, manned, and ready for owners and guests. I know of many cases where owners are living on board full-time, and this can be a real challenge for crew. Without our crew, we don't have owners, and without owners, we don't have an industry. So thank you very much, yacht crew, all of you. On a sad note, on behalf of the ISS board and members, we pass along our condolences to the family and colleagues of Giancarlo Regnetti. He was a past recipient of our leadership award, and he will be greatly missed. It's been a very interesting and challenging year, to say the least, but I'm not here to dwell on the negative news, but to look forward to a new year and a new look on the great opportunities we have before us. With Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show in our rearview mirror, it's a good idea to reflect on the positive things we can gain from the experience. I know most of you didn't attend, which is understandable. I was at the show Wednesday and Thursday and part of Friday, and pleased with what I saw. Informa and the MIASF did a very commendable job taking precautions to have a safe environment, and I never felt uncomfortable while attending. It felt more like a regular regional show than a normal international show from which we're used to. But under the circumstances, it was pretty well attended. The ISS had 3 days of online activities in our chat room, which were successful and well attended for the short notice that it was happening. Thank you to the board members that were hosts at the table and made it successful. Boats were being sold and business was happening, and I heard from many people that business was good outside the show with larger boats in the local marinas and shipyards and a number of boats now going through sales surveys. While most of the sales at the show were boats under 100 feet, it is important to note that most owners will eventually move up in size, so we as an industry should think of ways to develop this market to expand the super yacht base. I note this because we need to start planning for the future and how we market our industry. Will boat shows survive? I feel in one form or another they will. How many of you have missed the personal contact of your colleagues and customers? I felt that not having the ISS awards was a big blow. I was going to even buy a new tuxedo this year. We as an organization have been pretty quiet during this time, but soon we will start having more virtual events. Our committees are now putting together a series of educational events and roundtable discussions to help focus on how the future of yachting will be shaped up and how to help our members come up with winning strategies going forward in the industry. At this point, we are planning to hold the 2020-2021 Gala Awards event next year. Hopefully the elections will be over by then. I urge all of you to start thinking about it and reach out to our members and sponsors to let them know we want to have a big event and a big attendance as the world revolves into a better place. Please make sure that if you have any ideas or comments to share with me or the executive committee, we are all ears and here to help. And speaking of the EC and the board in general, it's that time of year to raise your hand if you wish to run or nominate someone for one of the openings on the board. There are, I understand, 8 positions open this year. The nomination period begins November the 30th. Member voting will be on the first day of December, continuing until the last day of January. The members elected to the board will be announced at the Miami Boat Show, and barring that, it'll be another conference virtually like this one. I would like to remain your president, and the rest of the EC would like to stay in our positions if that is desired. While we haven't been heard from that much, we have been working behind the scenes and would like the opportunity to serve you for the next year. Again, thank you very much for being here. And with that, I will turn the floor over to Melissa, who will give us a report on where we stand with money. Melissa.
Thank you, Glenn. Good to see you virtually here. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us virtually this year, which has become the new norm in 2020. I would like to take a moment to thank all of the wonderful sponsors for today's event. We have T. Photius Design, Moore & Company, Isotropic Networks, Director Shipyards, Cayman Islands, and Oversea Yachts. After today's meeting, you will have the opportunity to go back to the virtual lounge and meet with all of these different companies at their tables, so please do so. I would like to do a brief rundown of the Treasury for this year. In this strange year that it's been, I am happy to report that the association is running at a healthy budget. This is largely due in part to the wonderful members that we have, their continued support, and the continued sponsors that we have throughout the year. In addition to the healthy report that we're doing, to touch more on what Glenn had mentioned, from the marketing committee to the other committees within ISS, there are some exciting initiatives at the end of this year and coming in 2021. We are continuing to look at additional virtual events such as this one through AirMeet and for down the road. So as Glenn mentioned, if there is anything that you're looking to hear from the association, whether it's new business initiatives in such a strange time or what the association can do for you, please let Vanessa and Maggie know, and we will take that to the different committees at that level. And also, please stay tuned. As Glenn mentioned, in 2021, we are looking to have the awards gala back. So stay tuned and buy those fabulous dresses and tuxedos. With further ado, I would like to pause and have a message from one of our sponsors, Moore & Company.
Thank you, Melissa. That was great. Next up, we have a section of the show I think you'll really enjoy. It's on marinas, and Brendan O'Shaughnessy will chair the discussion and show us some beautiful marinas. Brendan?
Thanks, Glenn, and thanks also to Melissa. This afternoon, it's a real pleasure to showcase two wonderful destinations. How we're going to do it today is we're going to show a short destination video and then talk to a representative from each of these wonderful destinations. The first is incredibly well known to the yachting industry, and that is Porto Montenegro. And the second is soon to be very well known to the yachting industry, and that's Marina Coast, Peru. So firstly, we'll see a little bit from Porto Montenegro Marina. Now that's some promotional video. If that didn't convince you that you want to be going to Porto Montenegro, our next guest, Tony Brown, is here to paint in the corners. Tony? Hi, Tony. You able to tell us a little bit more than that wonderful video there?
Yeah, hi, Brendan. Great to see you and great to be here. I think, as you can see from that video, Porto Montenegro has really been designed and is operated for yachts and the operation of yachts in mind. As we know, they're probably one of the most complicated pieces of machinery around the world at the moment, and the people on board who are doing everything they can to make sure that the guests who are joining and are already on board are having a fantastic time, as they should be, is something that we have at the very core of our operation and values here at Porto Montenegro. I think you can also see that we've come a very long way in the last 10 years. We're not only a marina and residential development, but we really do have a lot of events and activities that run year-round in Porto Montenegro, and a lot of those are really designed about the crew and making sure that not only can they operate the boat as best as they possibly can, but when there is downtime, they have a lot of enjoyment and things to do as well.
No, Tony, look, we go back a long way. I've come into KOTOR on several vessels. I attest to everything you say. It's a wonderful place to be there, and just the development in infrastructure that has continually gone. Can you tell us, just in the last 6 to 12 months, some of your headline items? What's been going on down there? Every time I see a new promotional video, there's something new. What's been going on?
Well, we've been working really hard on two main projects. One is an upland development, which is called Boca Place. That particular development is a little bit further back away from the waterfront, and the apartments are at a price point that we think will be very attractive to captains and crew as they're looking to find new affordable places for home porting and creating bases. However, you also need, in order for that to be a success, a shipyard. And I'm really pleased to announce that we finally completed the regulatory requirements and partnership agreements, and the shipyard is in the process of becoming operational, that we expect to have up and running by winter 2021.
Congratulations on that. I know the years of effort to get that across the line. Just for some of the listeners, you're outside of the European Union. What does that mean for a visiting yacht?
Well, we're perfectly located. I mean, there's the safety and security of the Boca Bay that Porto Montenegro is located within, a very natural and deep harbour. But it's also at the heart of the Adriatic, and the Adriatic is also really in the heart of the Mediterranean. So if you are having an Adriatic season, being outside the EU, I think, as everybody knows, we sell high-speed duty-free fuel. There's no quantity that we can't deliver. We can deliver up to 1,000 litres a minute, so it's pretty serious fuel dock. But not only that, vessels need to get out of the EU for taxation purposes every 18 months, and Porto Montenegro is just a stone's throw away to make that requirement happen.
And it is a UNESCO listed destination, the whole Bay of KOTOR as well. Am I correct there, Tony? It
is, yeah, and it's just spectacular. Again, from the naturally protected harbour, obviously there's the hubs like Porto Montenegro, which bring that new feel to it and the luxury aspect to it. But then you've got these wonderful medieval stone walls around these beautiful medieval villages and cities that have been here for centuries. It's just one of those places that it feels like it's been written out of a page in a fairy tale.
Yeah, look, I couldn't agree more. And off memory, I think it's 1,000 steps up above KOTOR there, for those that are interested. Tony, thanks so much. It's great to hear the news from Porto Montenegro. You've built an incredible, not only brand, but destination there, you and the team. And you're going to be available for questions after we hear from Jose. We're going to be joined very soon after a short video by Jose Botello from Marina Coast, Peru, which is a new development.
Hi everyone, I'm Jose Bertel from Marina Coast, Peru. First of all, hope all of you are safe. We're going to be the first superjet marina in the South Pacific from Panama to Chile. As you can see, we have a marina basin inland, which is going to be the first safe harbor in South Pacific. So why Marina Coast and why the north coast of Peru? Basically, it's because of its wonderful weather, summertime year-long, no hurricanes, no storms, and marvelous natural sights. Here you can see the Fernandez Quebrada Creek, which is home for more than 250 species of birds. And all this is due to this ocean paradise that we get. Two water currents that collide, the Humboldt Current, which is the cold current, and the Equatorial Current, which is the hot current. This creates 100 miles of coastline with this marvelous weather. Wonderful natural sights and a protected harbor.
That's some introduction video. I'm welcomed on stage now by Jose Bertello.
Hi everyone.
Hello, Jose.
Hi Brandon.
Look, Jose, you completely sold me just on the weather. 320 clear days, no storms. I mean, that's it, really. What else have we got to learn about the new development?
Well, I think, as you just said, the climate is just perfect here. We have a private airfield, which is going to be like the door to get to know South America and Peru. We have many places, marvelous places to visit. So it makes it really easy now with a private airstrip to be able to come here, you know?
No, that's phenomenal. I've sailed north of you, I've sailed past you, and I've sailed south of you. So to actually have somewhere to stop now is pretty incredible. So if we do come to Marina Coast, what are we going to do once we get there? Is there much to do around where you are?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of things to do. We have trekking, we have a lot of outdoor sports to practice, great surf, kite surf, and nearby we have part of the jungle that gets into the coastline, and there are some really nice natural reserves with waterfalls. So it's really nice here. There's a lot of activities that one can do once you get here. You know, fishing also, it's known as one of the greatest places to fish. Really rich ocean. So basically, depending on the time of the year, you have many fishing, different fishes to catch. You know, whale watching as well. So yeah, it's a really nice, rich ocean here.
Yeah, it's a wonderful destination. Now, we spoke with your sister Antonella, and prior to this, she told us the timeline for the development. Could you just share that to the room, how you're going there for the timeline?
Correct. We should be opening sometime in the first quarter of 2022, maybe a little bit sooner, but that's the time frame that we're working right now. Obviously, it really depends on other factors as COVID, but we think that we're going to be open in the first quarter of 2022.
Fantastic. And the question everyone has to know about a marina: what size of vessels can get into the coast there?
We're going to have slips up to 225 foot, so about 18 feet draft. So I think that we can get many vessels around. We're going to have full concierge services, many amenities for captains and crew, as well as for the clients. So it's going to be a full service marina, world class.
No, that's wonderful, Jose. It's very exciting, that development. There was residences on the other side I saw. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Correct. We have from apartment buildings, condos, and we also have lots to make bigger homes, type like Costa Rica, maybe. So it's depending on each client, we have many products that can be offered. We're going to have a yacht club, private yacht club with all the amenities. As well, we're going to have a marina village with shops, nice restaurants. Peru is known as one of the best cuisines in the world. So we're going to have at least 4 restaurants there. So I think that everybody could get a good taste of all the Peruvian food, No,
Jose, look, it's a lot of offering there. It looks fantastic. I'm going to ask Tony to join us back on stage because we may have a few questions from the floor. Tony, if you can come back up on stage. And to those listening, we'll take any questions.
Many natural.
I actually didn't know that little segue was going to come through there. That's a bit of fun.
That was cool.
Very nice.
While we're waiting, Tony, how are your bookings going for this winter? I know Porto Montenegro is highly sought after in winter. How's this winter looking for you?
Yeah, the winter's good. We've got, a pretty high level of occupancy. We're quite happy with it. Where we did suffer was during the summer season. There were quite a few vessels in the Adriatic this summer. However, with the unknown about borders and testing and all the things that came along with the fun and games we had this year, the summer occupancy was a little bit down. But overall, it's been very, very positive. And those that have been here have stayed a lot longer than normal.
Okay, great. Yeah, I do understand. It's caught a few people in longer stays.
Yeah.
Jose, I see your website's there for everyone. Where are you represented in the US at the moment? Do you have any partners in the US when people want to find you?
Well, yeah, my sister actually lives in the US, in New York, in the Hamptons. So she's our representative there, as well as Dan Natchez, which is our engineer and friend. He's the one who has helped us with all the project. So any questions, we have offices there in the US.
Okay, fantastic. And Tony, Boca is quite interesting. Did you mention before the international school? That's still running, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We have an international school that we developed very early on. It's run by a school called Knightsbridge of London. So it runs an international baccalaureate program. We have quite a few captains already with kids at the school, and also a lot of expats and locals as well at that school. So it really, what we've done here, I think, completes the circle in everything that you actually need to live and operate successfully in this region.
No, look, having spent considerable time with you, I can endorse that entirely. Gents, I think we might be suffering for a little bit of shyness in our group. You're both going to be on tables after this event. We might step off our virtual stage now. There's a couple of messages from the sponsor supporters, and then Glen will come back and close this section.
Wow, that was very interesting. It's time to go traveling and time to go on a big new yacht. One last piece of business here. We have done a business impact study because of the COVID crisis and everything else, and we'd like to show you what the results of that survey are this time.